guys. Okay, so I want to get some puppy content in this group while I'm all fresh from being with Olive and Mr. Moose this week. There's so many little things. It's just little things. So you really need to think of them like a toddler. Now, when I say puppy, I don't just mean 8 weeks, right? If you just got him at 8 weeks. If you've had a puppy and you got him at 8 weeks, but now he's 5 months and you haven't been doing this stuff, this is kind of the stuff that you should be getting into. Crate is going to be like a crib. Place is going to be like a playpen. If you're not paying 100% attention, your toddler should be in the crib or the playpen. So the playpen, if it's a puppy, remember it's going to be tied back. So if it's on place, you're going to have them tied back, and that's going to be with you paying 70 to 90% attention, depending on whether you just started. If you just started, it needs to be 100% attention, 97% attention, 90% attention. Like you're doing dishes, but the puppy's right there. You're cleaning. Cleaning is a big one that I really love, because if you clean anything like I do, I'm all over the place. I'm over here and over there and over here and over there. So it gets the dog used to you rushing around and it not having to do with going anywhere, doing anything, or having anything to do with them, really. So you're getting used to them, getting them used to the everyday kind of life. So you want to do naps in the crate while you're home, not just when you leave. Think of it like putting a kid down for a nap. They need to go down a few times a day. Puppies are going to sleep about 20 hours a day and be awake, 3 to 4 hours a day. So you want to make sure that you're building the puppy on your schedule, not their own. So if it's going to be something that's where people get into, like the bells, with the dogs ringing the bell to go outside, or the dog scratching or barking to go outside. It seems like that would be something that we'd want. But honestly, that's putting you on the dog's schedule. And that's not what we want. We want the dog on our schedule. So we want to know that they have to go out a few times a day to pee and a few certain times to go poop. And of course, life is different here and there. But for the most part, it'll be pretty routine. And they're going to appreciate that. They're going to appreciate that you have a routine and you have standards for your life and different things. So it's funny how it all starts to tie together. Think of it like, in the crate, and even when they're tied back, like the age-old tale of a baby having to cry it out when the mama being on the other side of the door, because they're learning how to self-soothe. So when I started crate training in Count Chocula when he was a puppy, and when I did that, I was only seeing it for housebreaking, learning how to be potty trained, right? And then not chewing stuff because I didn't want him to chew my stuff, obviously, and because it's harmful for him, right? And he loved it. It was his own space, and I had 3 dogs at the time, and he was a puppy, and I took it down probably when he was between 2 and 3, and I just didn't understand the full extent of what the crate does for them. And then if you think further on it, when the dog goes to the vet, so they usually have to go in a crate and wait their turn. If it's for an operation or an emergency, maybe you have to go to work and your dog needs to go to the vet, and you have to leave him there, because I've had to do that before, and those are always stressful days. Well, if you can make it less stressful on your pet because they are used to being in a crate, that makes it easy, the whole experience easier on them. It makes it easier on the vet staff. It's not so stressful, and that's valuable. And if you think about what humans do, we're mostly boring. So we need to teach our dogs how to do boring really well with spurts of activities, because that's honestly what humans do. Driving's boring. Sitting at Home Depot looking at paint's boring. Checking out at the grocery store or wherever we are with our dog is boring. You know what I mean? Everything, we have to be still. We go to group class, we're still. We go to here, we're still. We go to dinner, we're still. We go to our parents' house, we're still. And then there's spurts of activities. So it's not constant play. So we need to prepare them for just the unusual circumstances that they're in because they live with humans rather than just dogs in the wild. So we're preparing our puppies because we're raising dogs, not puppies. So letting people pet your dog while you have it on the leash all the time, coming up to you, wanting to pet the dog, pet the dog, pet the dog. That's preparing you for the dog to want to pull you to every dog and human they ever see again. Yes. So letting dogs play on leash. So there's little things that I wasn't doing because I really didn't have a puppy program. So now I'm a little more strict in class to where we're not letting puppies play on leash. If you want to play, you make a little play date and you go and you play. And so that's something that we've grown with over time with the classes, and as we have more puppies, is really focusing in on what's helping them, what's helping the human. Everybody in class coming up and petting the puppy isn't helping them, so we've curbed that. And you know, the class grows as we do, and we make shifts as we need. But let's see, we did crate, place is going to be tie the puppy back. Make sure you are watching. You're watching the puppy. You're paying attention. You're doing dishes, or you're watching a movie, or you're cleaning, or you're cooking, or you're doing something where you're in close proximity to where the puppy is, maybe working, maybe sitting on your phone messing around. So it could be anything, and you're building those two calm places. And that's where you're going to nurture the self-soothing. And then the other portion, so there should be 3 portions: place, kennel, time with you. So the time with you should be 100% attention, just like if it was a toddler. So if you have a puppy and you're gonna go do something, make sure that puppy has a job. What are the 2 jobs? Crate or place. Crib or playpen. So we're not going to take a shower while the puppy wanders around the bathroom or has the whole house. Puppy's either going to be in a crate or tied back in the bathroom with us so we can peek out and make sure they're not getting hung up or on anything or anything like that. If we really need to go out, we're right there to help in an emergency. And then you can slowly get further and further away. But it's practicing in those times now. Do the repetitions now. And it needs to be, it doesn't have to be certain things. It can be anything, and it doesn't have to be certain things every day. It's just easier to stack habits. If you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, that is a really good one to teach you how to stack habits on top of each other. So dishes is a habit. We're going to stack place with it. Cooking is a habit. We're going to stack place with it. Watching TV is a habit. We're going to stack place with it. Going to dinner at a restaurant that's not that busy, we're going to stack place with it. It'll probably be a down unless you bring the cot. So place is stay, down is stay, sit is stay. They all become the same word. So if I sit my dog, I'm going to keep reminding them to sit until they sit. So it's going to be a whole thing. So place, if it's get on a target, and you're going to stay there. If we're in a down, that's a stay there. And the only way we're going to do that is by guiding. Okay, guys, so here's our first video on puppies, everything puppies. I made a video with Olive, with Place, so I've been meaning to do that kind of video, so you'll see that one coming soon. So bye, guys, thanks for watching.